Good Sparkle Wednesday morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. I actually was supposed to be in Richmond today and I totally forgot, which plus I'm still recovering. I had my neck procedure, facet injections done. I think I told you that yesterday. Um, Very painful experience. I am sure there are other procedures that are very painful, but I'm just going to tell you this one was quite ouchy. Thankful for Valium because I don't think that I could have made it through the procedure without um, something to relax me just a little bit. Um, just, gonna hit the highlights today. Should have good news this afternoon. My dad is seeing one of his doctors. We're just going to bank on good news because we're not going to accept anything less. Um, but anyway, used my usual foundation, which is my Estee Lauder 2.0 Intensity. My animals are misbehaving again. I don't know why. Picked up this NYC Levotics by Demi palette. It's another neutral palette because, well, we all can't. They're just not. There's just not enough neutral palettes that can be in a collection. So, um, like it quite well. It's what I'm wearing today, and I mixed in the white and this slate blue color from the Ulta palette that came in my free gift. Just hit the brow bone with the white and just kind of went and kind of brightened, and not brightened up, but kind of like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Just went over the neutral color with the neutrals with the slate blue just to kind of pop it a little bit. Not looking for a whole lot of pop because where you see me now is where I'm going to be for most of the day. Um, I'm trying to get this done on, I'm 20 on, 20 off, either off on a ice pack or a heating pad. So, I'm in hour 36, I think, of 72, which is when the medicine will hit full impact and the soreness should be gone completely. So, we're kicking. Um, on my cheeks, I used the Ulta um, blush and highlight that came in free my free gift from Ulta. Um, Not bad. Like it pretty well for a soft, gonna be in the bed most of the day look. um, I think I just created a new look, or a new name for a look. Also used my Brow Stylist Sculptor from. Why do I take off my glasses, guys? Why do I take off my glasses? Um, from L'Oreal, just because you gotta frame the picture. Still using up my Revlon Dramatic Definition. And yes, did you see that little turnover? We just pretended like I had it right all the time. And I actually am starting to get very fond of this. I'm just going to tell you. Maybe sometimes instead of just testing out a product, we need to use it more. And I meant to, but I forgot. So we'll just add it now. If we can remember how to apply it. Um, this is Heatwave Ruby from Tease. It came in, it's Oasis Gem lipstick from Tease. It came in um, one of my boxes. I can't remember which one, and I'm not really going to try because if you got it in your box, you did. If you didn't, I have things updating. I'm finally breaking down by sheer default and letting my computer upgrade to Windows 10. I've been fighting it and fighting it, so we'll see. Um, I'm going to attempt to start doing some conditionings on my hair, deeper condition treatments on my hair today. I broke down and bought eggs to put on my hair, guys. It's just going to gross me out. But my hair has to have something. It needs a henna treatment badly, and I can't quite do that yet until later on in the week. Um, until, the medicine has to hit the 72% before I can attempt that much movement on my neck. Um, so, that's kind of where things are. And what I planned to do today, my friend Brian O'Brien has been doing um, his radio show live, and I had planned on kind of like doing a double feed and showing you just kind of what happens in hometown Bell County or in hometown Middlesboro. And while I was in putting my makeup on, I ran out of time on my timer for Windows to upgrade my computer, so we may get to do that tomorrow. Um, if any of you saw my little meltdown rant video, you know if it applies to you, and you know if it doesn't. Um, I don't take back one word that I said. Um, it's my family. It's my dad. You know, don't call me. Don't call me with ridiculous stuff. Don't call me with ridiculous excuses. Um, and I'm not. It's not geared. It's not geared so much towards my mother's side of the family as it is my father's side. In the course of me being so upset over the person that did come to me and talk to me, I forgot to contact somebody that is closer than a brother to my dad. And that's not even an excuse. I forgot. And I feel horrible because he would have shown up. He would have been there for my dad. He always has been for I don't know how many years, which is a lot more than I can say about his brothers, his blood brothers. Um, and if you don't like that, delete me, is all I can tell you, because I'm done. I'm done playing these stupid nice games and oh, it's just fine if you do whatever. I'm done with it. I didn't mean for this to go back down that rant road, but it's stupid. It's ridiculous to have to defend who I contact and who I don't contact in a time whenever people should be wrapping their arms around my family and supporting us. And if you can't be that person, keep stepping, because I don't need you, and neither does the rest of my family. Um, for those of you that do uplift us and gather around us and support us, my gosh, we can't appreciate you enough. And you know who you are. I'm not going to start trying to name names because I'll leave somebody out. Um, but it just really, it really got to me that somebody could be upset with me because they've had my parents' phone number for probably a year, close to, haven't bothered to dial it, and then going to come back on me and act like it was my responsibility to tell them something about my dad. No, it doesn't work that way anymore. Um, it just doesn't. Um, anyway, um, let's move forward and try to get back into the spirit of something good. And instead of my little grumbly ramblies, and I'm sorry for those of you that this doesn't apply to. I'm sorry that you have to listen to it. Hang on just a second. I appear to have leaky stuff on my nose. Kentucky allergies. Yes, yes. And I wish they would make a makeup that is allergy proof for your nose. I really do. Because what happens with mine is that I get everything perfect and then I have to wipe my nose and then I'm like, Rudolph. Anyway, and guys, even those of you that I'm fussing at, I still love you. I'm just tired of the crap. That's what it is. It's crap. You are not that busy that you can't pick up the phone or send one of us a message or something. You're not that busy. You want to know how I know? Because I have a whole family on the other side that can manage to stay in contact. That's how I know. It's that simple. So, anyway, moving forward, because I said I wasn't going to do this with this rant anymore, and I don't know what time I'm looking at. But the scripture for today is the Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. Psalms 29 and 11. And that kind of goes with what I was saying. We have our peace. Um, we have our strength. You're either going to be part of that strength and part of that blessing and part of that peace, or step on. There's not going to be any more of this crazy drama, who didn't get called, who did get called, all that stuff. It's not going to happen. If it's just not. I'm done with that. I contact people as I think of you, and guess what? If you're in contact with my mom and my dad, or myself or my sister in relation to my dad, you're on the list. Okay? The quote on the back of the card comes from Corrie ten Boom. It says, when a train goes through a tunnel and it gets dark, you don't throw away the ticket and jump off. You sit still and trust the engineer. So, in the dark times in my family's life, if you want to jump off the train, jump. It's not what you're supposed to do. But if you don't want to be here with us, if you don't want to be a part of this, jump. But we're going through. We're going to make it through this. God has blessed us tremendously with good reports, and we're going to keep trusting him for as long as we can and as long as it takes. And that's just how it is. So I appreciate you watching this video. Again, I didn't intend for it to go back to that rant. I kind of wanted to move forward, but some things need to be said. And it is what it is. I'm going to say what needs to be said. The last so many times that my dad's been in the hospital for whatever reason, somebody has been upset with me because they didn't get contacted. Okay? Stay in contact with us. We need you. We need your support. But we're going to make it through this with or without you. And, like I said, not directed towards the side of the family that they know that they do what they're supposed to be doing and they are our family. It's directed towards the side of the family that seems to magically think that things happen. And I want y'all to remember something. I don't give a rat's hind end how he's related to you. And that might have been a harsh way to put it, and I apologize for that. I don't care how he's related to you. I mean, I do, but I don't, in relation to the fact that he's my father, he's my sister's father, and he's my mother's husband. And he's been with my mother 54 years. And we have been his children. I'm the youngest, and I'm 49. We have been his family for a long, long time. We matter most, especially my mother. So if you can't bring good things and support, just keep going. Because I'm not having it no more. I'm done. Anyway, this is today's Rantable Sparkle. I hope you took something good away from it. To those of you that this doesn't apply to, I really apologize, but it needs to be said. The road that we're traveling with my dad is not an easy one, and it's not going to be an easy one. And I'm just hitting it right out of the park right now, and I'm just telling you how I feel. We need you. We want your support. What you hear in the background are my animals being crazy. We need you with us. We need you on board. We need your prayers. But my gosh, if you're going to cause grief and drama, stay right where you're at, because we don't need it. We don't want it, and it will not be around my mother to upset her, to upset me, to upset my sister. It will not be. If you're a family member, act like one. Make the time to talk to him, to see him, to visit with him. Don't worry about it, because he's going to be just fine. And worrying about him is going to do nothing good. Absolutely, it's not going to help one thing. It's going to waste your time and his. Spend time with him while he's here. Great words that were told to us by one of his doctors. We have no guarantees. None of us do. But don't, and I'm just going to forewarn you too, when it's all said and done, if you haven't taken the time in this span of time that you've had with him, and don't get me wrong when I say this, he's not knocking on death's door at this point in time. I'm just saying straight up, if you've not made amends with him, if you've not said what you want to say to him now while you have time, don't come slinging snot later on, talking about you wished you had him, because I'm going to send you right out the door. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking directly to you, family. There's a lot of you that want to say and do and act. Be about it. Don't talk about it. Now, again, the side of the family that this is geared for is not my mother's side. They have been more supportive by far than most of my dad's side. And you can get mad at me for saying it all you want to. I'm speaking truth. And I'm talking about my dad, my father. Simple. My dad. I have the right to say what I'm saying. He's my dad. Okay? Now, that being said, I'm sure that I have pretty much exceeded my 20-minute time limit of being off of the ice pack. So I need to get back on the heating pad. I wish you a great day. For those of you that watch that are not, this is not a big family drama squabble or anything like that. This is just some things that need to be cleared up. There's not going to be a squabble in my family. It's not going to happen. I'm just talking to people who have made comments to me during times when they should have been supportive. Instead, they were more worried about themselves. And, some of them haven't even gotten back with me to find out if he even made it out of the hospital. That ought to tell you all you need to know. So, if you're facing this in your world, if you have a sick loved one, then I'm sure you understand my rant, and I'm sure that you understand my feelings and emotions on this. All too often, we think we're way too important, and we're not. Our business is to be supporting the family, the direct family, and the sick loved one. Period. It's not about whining and crying about, oh, you didn't call me. Phone lines work both ways. If you don't call him, you don't call me, you don't call my mother or my sister inquiring about him, you really just don't care. Or you haven't made time. And I'm going to shut up before I say something even more ugly than what I've already said. But, again, let me say that for those of you that have come around from the church, family, from my friends, from, this has been a long journey. 20 some odd years is a long journey. Um, for those of you that have wrapped your arms around this family and held us up, we appreciate you tremendously, and we appreciate your continued support. For those of you that are trying to act like you've done something and you haven't, quit faking. Jump on board and be about the business. Simple. Simple as saying, you know what, I should have been there, but I wasn't, but I'm here now. And for a couple of people that need to say, I'm sorry, time's short, buddy. My friend, you better get about it. You better make amends with them while you have the chance. Because once it's done, you won't have the chance. And for those of you that are worried sick, call him, talk to him, love him now. Worrying sick over him ain't doing you a bit of good. It's not doing me any good. It's not doing my mother any good. Worrying sick over him isn't helping his condition get better. Loving him and spending time with him is. So, anyway, that is my sparkle. I don't know what my crazy animals are into, but I probably should find out. So, indirectly, my sparkle message just kind of went right back to, I don't know, a former rant. But as I said, we're on a train. This quote from Corrie ten Boom. When a train goes through a tunnel and it gets dark, you don't throw away the ticket and jump off. You sit still and trust the engineer. My family is trusting the engineer as we go through this tunnel. And we appreciate your support, and have a great day.